Hi, my name is Martin Koehring. I'm Senior Manager for Sustainability, Climate Change and Natural Resource at Economist Impact, here to present the REF Index. So in terms of objectives in participating at EVIS, it's really at Economist Impact we have done an amazing study, the REF Index, which is about assessing readiness for electric vehicles in 9 countries, leading EV markets such as Norway, Germany, China, the UK, and really comparing and seeing how countries are doing when it comes to things like the charging infrastructure, energy infrastructure, affordability, regulations. So really looking at the key pillars when it comes to building an ecosystem for the adoption of EVs. And as we know, EVs are a crucial element of decarbonizing transport, which accounts for about 16% of global emissions. So it's really important to look at electric vehicle adoption across the world. So our objective here is to present the index, talk about the index, and see how the index can be a tool for people, investors, manufacturers, and even for consumers and policymakers to assess what it takes to adopt EVs and what is a conducive ecosystem for EV adoption. So I think EVIS is important, the first ever EVIS, to bring together all the various stakeholders, from manufacturers, policymakers, suppliers, and the whole sector to galvanize support for EVs in the region. Particularly, we looked at leading EV markets, and we looked at how the Middle East is also providing huge opportunities. We had during the pandemic, global car sales fell by around 40%, but we had a growth of 50% in the MENA region, despite the pandemic. So the MENA region is crucial in the global shift to electric vehicles. There's a lot to do in terms of uptake, there's a lot to do in terms of charging infrastructure, there's a lot to do in terms of energy infrastructure, but that's why we are meeting here at EVIS to talk about how these challenges can be overcome and how the opportunities for EVs in the Middle East can be harnessed. So at Economist Impact, we are really keen to talk to industry stakeholders, policymakers, consumer groups, suppliers, manufacturers, the whole industry and the whole ecosystem. Talk about how the REF index that we have produced and supported by BP to make sure that it's used for improvement in terms of charging infrastructure, energy infrastructure, consumer sentiment, all the pillars we have identified as part of the REF index. So we really want to talk to the whole ecosystem to make sure that this is a tool that people can use to really advance electric vehicles in the region and beyond.